America was founded on a radical idea that government derives its just powers from the consent of the governed. Our forefathers fought and died for this principle. They enshrined it in the Constitution, our sacred covenant. But today, that covenant is under threat. Across America, a palpable unease is growing. Citizens are questioning the actions of their government. They see a disconnect between their needs and the priorities of those in power. There's a growing feeling that the government, instead of serving the people, is serving itself. This is not the America we were promised. We see it in the exorbitant taxes levied upon us, while our roads crumble and our schools struggle. We see it in the ballooning national debt mortgaging the future of our children and grandchildren. And we see it in the relentless expansion of government bureaucracy, encroaching upon our freedoms, stifling innovation, and hindering prosperity. This is not mere happenstance. This is a deliberate erosion of the very principles upon which this nation was founded. History teaches us that power, left unchecked, will inevitably be abused. From the Roman Republic to the French Revolution, the pattern is clear. This is why vigilance is not a choice, but a necessity. The Boston Tea Party reminds us of unchecked government overreach. Today we face a similar crossroads. Our taxes are being misused and misallocated. This is a betrayal of the public trust. The American Revolution was not just a fight against British rule, it was a fight against unjust taxation. The colonists understood a fundamental truth, that their hard-earned money should not be taken without their consent. Today, this principle is routinely violated. Consider the ever-expanding tax code, a labyrinthine monstrosity that benefits only lawyers and accountants. Hidden taxes are embedded in every product we buy, every service we use. Property taxes force people from their homes. This is not the American way. We have a right to know how our money is being spent. Throughout history, whenever governments have grown too powerful, too unresponsive, the people have risen to demand change. From the streets of Paris during the French Revolution to the fall of the Berlin Wall, the message is clear. Power ultimately resides in the hands of the people. Today, we see echoes of this spirit in the growing discontent across America. From the Tea Party movement to Occupy Wall Street, citizens from all walks of life are voicing their frustration. They are demanding an end to government overreach, an end to corporate cronyism, an end to the policies that benefit the few at the expense of the many. They are demanding a return to the founding principles of this nation. This is not about anger, it's about love. Love for our country, love for our Constitution, love for the principles that make America great. It is this love that compels us to speak out, to challenge the status quo, to demand better from our elected officials. It is this love that will ensure that the flame of liberty, once lit by our forefathers, continues to burn brightly for generations to come. We stand at a crossroads. The path ahead is fraught with challenges, but also with possibilities. We can choose to remain silent, to accept the erosion of our freedoms, to become passive subjects rather than active citizens. Or we can choose to stand up, to speak out, to reclaim our birthright as free Americans. The choice is ours. But the time for complacency is over. We must educate ourselves about the issues that affect our lives. We must engage in thoughtful dialogue with our fellow citizens. We must hold our elected officials accountable for their actions. We must demand transparency, integrity, and fiscal responsibility from our government. This is not a partisan issue. It is an American issue. It is about reclaiming the promise of our founding fathers, the promise of a government of the people, by the people, for the people. It is about ensuring that the flame of liberty, once lit, continues to burn brightly for generations to come. The future of our nation rests not in the hands of politicians or pundits, but in the hands of everyday citizens. We, the people, have the power to shape our own destiny. We have the power to demand better from our government, to create a more just and equitable society, to build a brighter future for ourselves and our children. Let us not squander this opportunity. Let us embrace the legacy of our forefathers, who dared to dream of a better world, and who fought to make that dream a reality. Let us remember that the price of freedom is eternal vigilance, and that the future of our republic depends on our willingness to engage, to participate, and to demand accountability from those we elect to represent us. The time for action is now. The future is in our hands. Let us choose wisely. Let our voices be heard. Let us reclaim the promise of America.